Hi everybody, it's Jax, and I'm going to share a special practice with you all today. So, first and foremost, namaste and welcome to a different side of me. For those of you who know me, and for those of you who don't know me, I've been teaching yoga for almost 14 years now on Roosevelt Island for the last 11 years. And I want to bring this practice to my community here on Roosevelt Island, my community out there where I can't be right now, my family, my aunts, my relatives that may find this very beneficial, healthcare workers, anyone and everyone who can really want to just come and find their breath and move their body in a different way. Bring awareness into the body in a different way, especially if you're new to yoga. It could be really powerful. And this is one of the first practices I actually started teaching in an ICU area in Morgan Stanley Children's Hospital. And I would bring this to the families that were there visiting the children. And so I hope that you get as much out of it as they did. If you are in a wheelchair, anything that we're doing in the upper body, you're welcome to do. I'm going to recommend different modifications for people, and those of you who may be new to yoga or dealing with an injury, and you may be able to do things a little further, taking the stretch a little further, even if we're on the chair, then please feel free to do that. So I'm going to show you step 1, 2, and 3. And with that, just close your eyes. And you're in a chair, you want something that has a back to it, preferably no arms. We could work with the arms, sort of, but it's really best to have like a folding chair or a dining chair or something to that extent. Now, if you have any spinal issues and it's hard for you to really sit straight up this way, then I would tell you to sit all the way back, right? And the most important thing is making sure your feet are on the ground, yeah? And that your back is nice and straight. And that even if you're leaning on the chair, that you're keeping that torso, that those abdominal walls knitted together and engaged, right? So like you're hugging, you're giving yourself, I like to call it an internal hug. But if you are capable of coming up and down the chair, please come towards, like scoot yourself halfway towards the front so your feet can be really planted on the ground. Knees right over the ankles at a nice 90-degree angle. And we're just not gonna sit into our lower back, which we tend to do this all the time, right? We're going to lift up, out from our hips and lengthen through the sides of our waist and feel. We're not arching either. We're just feeling our neutral spine as if there was a wall or backing behind us, yeah? And so close your eyes now and take a deep breath down through the belly as if you were breathing down through your toes, filling up the energy and the breath through the entire torso. And as you exhale, breathe it out as the front of the body melts towards the back of the body, and feeling the feet even grounding more into the earth. And I'm going to play some soft music because for me, music really helps me get into my bhav, my mood, my rhythm, you know, but it's really subtle and hopefully it won't be too distracting. It's more of a meditation. So let's find that breath once again. And you can close your eyes, please. And exhale out through the mouth. And as you do that, make sure the jaw is relaxed, the brows are soft, the eyes are softly closed. And then as you breathe down through the belly, not through the chest or the throat, so you really want to find this breath towards your center, from the root of your navel, even down through your pelvis. So place one hand on your abdomen and one hand on your heart. And as you breathe into your belly, feel the lower hand, the hand on the abdomen, expand and almost be pushed away as you inhale. And as you exhale, feel that navel move back towards spine, lengthening through the tailbone, up through the crown of the head, as if there was this invisible line that ran from your root, from your tailbone, up through your hips, up through your spine, up through the center of your third eye, the point between your eyebrows, and up through the crown of your head, connecting you to the earth and the sky. And feeling that energy moving in opposition, rooting you down through your feet, feeling all four corners of your feet grounding into the earth. As the head soars energetically towards the sky without lifting the chin, so keep the chin parallel down toward, pointing down towards your heart, not all the way down, but just in line. Now, so everything is neutral, and you can keep your hands on your belly and on your heart and feel that breath travel through the abdomen, up through the ribs, up through the chest, and exhaling it all the way through from the body, meeting the back of the body, hips releasing a little bit more, thighs releasing a little bit more. Even though energetically your feet are rooting you and grounding you to the earth, send the breath out through the toes. And keep that breath floating through the body in a natural rhythm. If you can find an inhale for the count of 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for the count of 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And some of you may have more breath in you, more of an inhale and more of a deeper exhale. And some of you may be really happy with the ratio I gave you, and some of you may have to shorten it a little bit more. So maybe a breath in for 4 and a breath out for 4 or 5, until you can kind of fall into your body with the breath and find that length and find that expansion, not through just your throat or your chest, but through the entire body with the breath. And you can keep the hands where they are, or you can float them on towards your thighs, palms facing up. You could even place one palm over the other. Technically, it's the right is more dominant, the left is more receptive. So strength holding on the top, receptivity. And just make sure as you sit here, your shoulders aren't starting to creep up towards the ears. And make sure you're not clenching in the buttocks, but can you feel the sit bones expand and relax and melt deeper into the chair? And really being aware of the position of your body, being aware of what's going on internally as well as externally, what feels maybe a little more tight than soft, or what's pulling on you, making it more challenging to release and relax. Allow the breath to travel a few more times, and as you sit here, for me, sometimes the stillness creates tension. So I personally like to rock a little bit forward and back if that's available to you. It's almost as if you were gently and softly rocking in a chair. Maybe that rock is a little more deeper as you're rocking a child or a baby. But you're still keeping that connection from your feet in the earth, up through the crown of your head to the sky. And for others, they may like to sway a little bit may not be as stable in the chair when you sway side to side. So just be aware of where your body wants to go. And as you move, if you are rocking or swaying, can you slowly start feeling this moving meditation, emptying the mind of whatever happened before you came to sit down and wherever you're going after? And can you stay with your breath? And if the moving meditation is creating more distraction, maybe the stillness is better. This is your practice. This is the start of you getting to know what you need. And it just starts by sitting with yourself, sitting with those thoughts, sitting with the breath. And thoughts are normal, they're natural, but allow them to feel like clouds overhead. And you can acknowledge them for a moment and then send them along. Let them pass by, or pass over, or wash over you, so they don't pull you down or distract you or hold you. And then when you're ready, gently bring the hands face down to the thighs. You can open your eyes if you need to, or if you're in your happy place and you really like to keep those eyes closed, stay there, because you don't really have to see me yet. You're going to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently draw the chin towards your chest. And without letting the rest of your body slump over, can you just feel the head almost as like an added weight stretching the back of your neck? And allow the shoulder blades to anchor you down through the hips as well. So you're just allowing the neck to get its full stretch without anything else getting involved. And then you can slowly take these half circles, and I'm going to be doing the mirror image for you to make it easier. So don't listen to what side we're on versus what I look like. It should be more helpful for me to do the mirror image for you. And then just slowly make those half little circles, getting to feel what's going on in that neck, sides of your neck, back. And then as you roll the chin towards your right shoulder, gently let the ear move down towards that right shoulder without the shoulder coming up towards the ear, right? So you're just letting that head be really heavy. And you can stay there. You can grab hold of your chair if you need to. If you want a little bit more, I'm going to ask you to extend your right arm out and place it towards the side of your head. And then gently let that, don't pull down, but let the hand just rest onto your head. And it's a little added weight, and you can keep this heavy. Breathing in and breathing out. And then slowly release it. Roll the chin down towards the left. And then back down towards the right. And then back down towards the left. And then as you look down towards the left, you can slowly move, turn your face towards the screen, and let your left ear move down towards that left shoulder. Again, not hiking it up, but really anchoring yourself down. And if you want to extend that arm, come up a little bit, and then just let the hand rest by the right ear. You can let this hand dangle, or you can bring it onto your lap, whatever feels right for you. Breathing into the side, that neck, and exhaling completely down. Letting everything go, making sure that the shoulder doesn't creep up, right? And then slowly release that arm and roll the chin down and around. And then bring it up. Beautiful. Now, keeping your hands grounded on the thighs, notice if you start arching, especially if you're used to sitting in a chair for work. You know, we create really really bad habits, unfortunately, when we are in that chair. So rooting down through your feet, inhale, lift through the heart. You're just lifting through the chest. You're not arching your lower back. It's almost as if someone's taking your heart and moving up and back. And then as you exhale, scoop the navel in as if you're ready to catch a beach ball. Round through the spine. Feel the stretch through the shoulder blades. Feel them moving away from each other. You can bring your hands towards your knees. And then inhale, slide the hands towards the hip creases. Open through the chest. Exhale, round through. Use the breath fully. Breathing in from the belly. In through the nose. Exhale, round through. And if you need to let it out through the mouth, that's okay. And breathe it in fully. And exhaling completely. Pull it in, really round down. And then you can stay in this position, moving it open, right? Lifting through the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades slightly together, and exhale, rounding. If you're ready for more, if you're feeling more energetic, right, we can open our arms, Prana Mudra. And as you exhale, give yourself a hug, round it through. And inhale, open it up. Exhale, change the crossing. And keep moving in this way. Changing the crossing every time. Remember, you can always keep your hands on your lap or hold on to the chair if you need to. Exhale. And then as you breathe the heart up, come into your neutral spine. Lift through the arms. If this is too much for you or you feel your shoulders creeping up, do cactus arms, right? I'm okay with you having your hands like this as long as this doesn't happen, right? And we tend to do this a lot. So keeping the chest beautifully open and elbows bent, you can even work on bringing them up and then pulling them down, feeling your shoulder blades glide down. Breathe it up. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And I'm getting a little warm here. That's okay. That's what we want to do. We want to create warmth in the body. Exhale. And now from here, breathing up, grab hold of your left wrist. Ground through your feet. Now this might not be available for everyone. I'm going to show you. We're going to take it up and over to the right. Now if you need more support, what you're going to do is you're going to take your hand to the side of that chair and you're going to reach it up and over. But I don't want you to crunch in this way, right? So if you can even take a longer grip, right? And think of lifting through your right side up and over. Beautiful. And then breathe it up. Again, if you're holding the wrist, we're not letting the shoulders come up, we're releasing them, bringing it up and over. Make sure your neck is free and up. And again, option here. And up. And then breathe the arms down. You can even circle the wrists, finding movement in everything as you feel grounded through the lower part of the body. And then breathe it up, inhale. Exhale, take that right wrist, stretch it up, plug the shoulder blades down. Do not let the ribs lay out, keep it all knit together. So you are engaging your core here. And as you exhale, reach it over to the left. And again, always this option, reaching it over. Just feeling long through both sides of your waist and breathe it up. Exhale. Release the shoulders. Make sure the neck is relaxed and breathe it up. And exhale. Breathe it over. Reach it over. And then as you inhale, breathe it up and exhale. Circle the arms around and down. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to take a little bit of a twist. As you inhale, you can breathe your arms up or you can keep them here, right? And as you exhale, I want you to think of the twist coming from your navel, not from your lower back, okay? So if your lower back wants to move or your hips want to move, then you're compromising yourself, okay? And you can hurt yourself that way. So what I want you to feel is this twist coming from your center. And we're gonna do this just as I'm doing it now. So breathe it in. And if this is too much for your shoulders, you can always bring it down here. I don't care. Work with what you need. Take a deep breath in, exhale. It's more about the attention to the stretch, the attention in your body, and the attention of keeping it safe, right? And breathe it back through center. And exhale. And just close your eyes for a moment. Notice how you feel here. Is your spine neutral? Are you clenching in the hips? Can you let the hips release a little bit and let the belly ring out a little bit more, like you're twisting, like you're twisting a towel, wringing a towel out. That's what I was trying to find that word, right? And then from here, you can bring your hand to the back of the chair and bring your left hand to your right thigh. Don't let the knee cave in. Press into each other and use the leverage of that chair. If you, depending on your chair, you may have a higher part where you feel better holding on to. This I'm using kind of leverage here, right? So I'm keeping my hips straight and I'm twisting from my navel and I'm opening through my heart. And then maybe my chin follows my right shoulder a little bit more. But that's all that's moving. My hips stay neutral, they stay the same. And then breathe it back through center. Here we are, or here, if you want more energy, more active, right? Take a deep breath in, exhale, twist to the left. And inhale. And exhale, ground through that right foot even. Be conscious of when you move towards the left, can you find energy to the right side of you to hold you and to ground you so you can get deeper on that left side. And again, you may take your hand to the top or the bottom, bring your right hand to the outside of the left thigh and breathe in from the belly. Get long through the crown of your head and twist, and then maybe the chin follows that left shoulder. Breathing in fully and exhaling completely. Keep pulling back towards that right hip. And then inhale, come back through center. Here we are. Inhale up, exhale. Let's just do that 2 more times. And exhale. And breathing it up. And exhaling it around. And then breathing the arms. Breathe them straight out. We're going to begin to circle the arms, staying really grounded through the hips. So again, your spine is working here, your core is working here, holding you up so we don't slump, right? And our heart, we're literally expanding the heart open this way, right? And the wrists are in line pretty much with the shoulders or slightly under. We don't want to be up here, right? So you can be here, you can bend the elbows a little bit if you need to, and then reverse. Your arms might be getting very tired depending on what you're doing, and just know that if you are in need of staying in a chair all day long, this is a wonderful way of strengthening your upper body and getting those beautiful toned arms that you always see. And breathe it back in, right? Breathe the shoulders up, back and around. Ooh, let all those kinks come out. And breathe it back forward and around. Squeeze the palms together. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Now, you may keep your legs where they are. You may want to walk them out a little bit more. You may even be happier scooting yourself towards the edge of the seat. Yeah. Do what's available to you. We're going to take a forward fold. So there's so many different ways of doing this, and I'm going to start by the gentle way, right? You may need your chair. You may need to hold on to that chair. So take a deep breath in, lift through the heart a little bit, and as you exhale, think of going over something, right, flat. And when you can't go anymore, when you feel that stretch through the backs of your hamstrings, right, just let your head go and just stay where you are. You may hold on to the chair. Next step would be holding on to your thighs if that feels better for you. Next step is flexing through the toes and extending through the legs a little bit and moving that belly towards the thighs, right? So when I say next step, I'm offering deeper movement for those who are able to, okay? So breathe it in. So if you were up here, where we started, stay there, right? And just stretch to wherever you feel that nice stretch through the back of your hamstrings. And then as you exhale, we're going to slowly come down over ourselves, lengthen it up. Exhale, fold the belly towards the thighs, let the head go, and roll it up. And I like flexing my toes because I'm not as much in my hips. That way, when you get here, you might grip onto your hips if your feet are down. If you know your body and you're like, I'm good this way, then stay with your feet down, right? It's just a little tip to get out of those hip flexors and breathe it in. A lot of times we do things in yoga or exercise and we wind up hurting something else and we don't understand why, and it's because we're compensating, yeah? So this practice, especially in the chair, is really about finding what your body needs and where you tend to hold or compensate in, right? And now from wherever you are, we're going to stay down. Now if this going up and down is like making you a little loopy and lightheaded, by all means, please hold on to the chair, yeah? So that's always there for you, and really take it as slow as possible. Sometimes closing your eyes will make you more dizzy. So I think you need to do what works best for you. And wherever you feel that nice stretch to the backs of your legs, stay where you are, let the head go. If you're holding onto the chair, just make sure your shoulders aren't creeping up, but you're anchoring the shoulder blades down and letting the head just hang heavy. Take a deep breath in, let it out through the lips. And then gently hold on to the chair if you need to. If you don't need to, you can bring your hands to your thighs and gently roll yourself up so slow. Take your time here. It's a wonderful way of getting blood up to the brain, up to the face, rejuvenating our skin, creating a nice glow, and kind of giving us different perspective, right? Than being straight up, yeah. And so from here, breathe it in. Exhale, bring the hands down through your center. We're going to turn to the right. We're going to come into a warrior two version. So here's version 1. For those of you who are able to do this. If you are in a wheelchair and you can't really maneuver yourself, that's totally understandable, but you're still going to be able to do the arm stuff, right? And you can also work on the circles, right? Doing them 8 times forward, 8 times back. You can take weights if you want and work that upper body, but this is for people who are willing to either take it to the next level or they're working with an injury that they're able to be a little more mobile in the chair, yeah? And so you're going to turn your right leg as a 90-degree angle. So the knee is right over the ankle. We're not caving in this way, we're pressing out, And this is step 1. The left leg is also pretty much at a 90-degree angle. But then we're gonna turn, and I really want you to make sure you're not here, where the knee is past your ankle, and make sure you're not here. You really wanna feel this solid foundation, right? So if you had to get up, right, you could get up, you can lift, right? From your Mula Bandha, from your pelvic floor, yeah? From the lower part of your abs. So, this is step 1. This is warrior 1. Step 2, if that's available to you, is sliding back So your thigh stays on the chair and it's nice and supported, but you're able to, instead of be here, you're able to extend that back leg. And I know you can't really see me great. It's hard to get into the frame, but that back leg is straight and your toes are pointed in. And again, this is the idea. And if you could one day come off, right? You have that solid foundation. I could probably even be a little further this way, further forward. But everyone's gonna have a different type of chair and everyone's gonna have a different experience with this, right? So you wanna externally rotate the right thigh out. And then you wanna think of the inner thigh lifting. So this might wanna happen. Really feel like you're engaging. Yeah, you're engaging that back leg. And you're rooting your feet down and you're lifting up. And we're gonna breathe here. And if there's any discomfort, you're going to find your modification. Right, heel toe it in and stay here. You can find a little bit of a wider stance or just put more tension into the feet, right? Stay here or hold on to the chair and really feel the chest opening. And the abs engaging. So you're lengthening through the sides of your waist. Breathe it in. I guess I'm not wearing the best sweatshirt right now. It was chilly, now I'm okay. Right? So as you stay here, you have another option. Holding onto the chair and reaching sideways stretch over or reaching up if you need to. Yeah? If you can take it more, you're gonna bring it back. You bring the hand on that back leg, or you can bring your hand on your hip and reach it up and over. Ooh, and root down through that right foot. So don't forget about that leg and let it go, right? You're lifting up and over. And then you're gonna reach over, bringing the forearm onto your thigh. The hips kind of square, but this leg still stays super active. Energy through the outer edge of that back foot and circle that arm up over your head. Now use your right forearm to keep that inner thigh open and hold it here. Again, this is like the deepest you can go. You can also be here. You can be here. You can be here, right? See where you need to be. But if it feels good to stretch it out and extend, we're not doing this, we're not rounding. Literally, my left hand, my right arm holds my right leg in place, and this sweeps over my left ear. Yeah, taking a deep breath in. And if you want to take it one more step and really find that openness through the chest, through the rotator cuff of the shoulder, we're going to circle it around. Use your breath. If you're not breathing, you're not doing yoga. So if you are holding your breath or you're finding it hard to breathe in a pose, then definitely take it to the first level or the level before the last, yeah? And then we're gonna come all the way up. And then we're gonna heel toe our foot in. Bringing our hands to the chair if we need to, walking it in. I was there for a long time, I guess you were too. It's a big stretch. You will feel that activity and that openness on that working side. So now we're going to do it the other side. And turn to the left. Again, you want to make sure the chair is supporting the thigh more than anything else. Yeah? And so your bum can be a little bit off the edge. You still have your feet down, good foundation here. And this inner thigh is externally rotating out as you're rooting down through the ground. And you're lifting up and you're opening. So this is level 1, yeah? This is actually really level 1, right? This is level 1.5, yeah? And then if you wanted to take it more, you can always hold on to the chair and see where you're feeling right at, yeah? I'm gonna move the chair a little bit over now so you can see my back foot. But see how my leg went in? You don't want that to stay, right? So if I got up, right, I have my legs to hold me, yeah? And my core. I'm holding myself up really well with my core. where I want to be. That back foot, again, is turned in. Try to slide a little bit more so you can see me better. There we go. And breathe it here. And wherever you are, you're going to breathe. You are going to feel that active energy in the lower part of your body rising up through the abdominals, through the chest. And we're not doing this, we're doing this. Yeah? And this back leg, again, that outer edge, rooting down into the ground, lifting through that outer thigh, or the back of that thigh. That inner thigh is externally rotating. And here we are. Again, always that option to hold on. I don't want you to forget that. If you need to, you can always, I wouldn't hold on to the back of the chair, but you can hold on to the back edge of the chair, right? I want you to feel the body forward, facing me. And then we're gonna take it back and take it up. Again, you can stay here. Take it small. You can stay here. Up and over to the right. And breathe it up. One more time. Breathe it up. Now bring that forearm onto that thigh. Use it. So if my knee wants to cave in, can I push it out with my forearm? Open that palm up. And then I'm twisting my chest, right? And sweeping. Extended angle variation. Right? Reaching it up and over. And we can stay here. Again, we can stay here. We can stay here. Yeah, if that's available to us. Or stay up here. Just don't let that inner thigh collapse. Keep that active left thigh. And then as you reach up over that right ear, you're going to circle it around. Open the chest. Bring it up over the head. Around, follow it with your head, right? So there should be nothing in its way. I see a lot of times people doing this, right? Even in a regular warrior, right? And I say, bring it up over your ear, and they're like this, right? Oh gosh, follow the line of your body, right? And then use the opposite part of your body to get deeper, right? Feels so much better in that sense. Taking a deep breath in, exhale, circle it around, gently come up first, then heel to your feet. Now remember, you may have stayed in this way the whole time. That's totally fine. If you're here and this is where you feel good, you can turn your toes in, your heels in, and your toes out, and you're gonna kind of face the corner of the chair. If you can take it wider, we're gonna come back to the center of our chair. And we're going to open, we're gonna come towards the edge, and we're gonna open our legs up. And so you're in a wide stance, your heels are in, your toes are out. Your toes are turned out, your inner thighs are turned out, and your knees are turned out. So we're not here, okay? You may not have as wide of a turn as me. That's okay. As long as everything's lined up, I don't care, right? You can stay smaller for sure. Right? This isn't the ballerina in me, and I don't even have as good of a turnout as some ballerinas. So don't worry about that, right? You can breathe in through the chest. As you exhale, dip that right shoulder down and breathe it up, and exhale, dip that left. And do that a few times. And if you're in a wheelchair and that's not really feasible for you, right? Because you have to sit in a certain position, right? You can still work that upper body. And if you are able to push your legs out in the wheelchair, right? Everyone has a different story, right? I don't call it injuries. I don't call it even a challenge. Call it a story. And you're working through that story wherever you are. You may stay there and find complete happiness in yourself. Sometimes we like to say, I'm working with an injury. Can we say we're healing an injury? Not even an injury. Take that negative word out and say, this is the part of me that I'm healing. Yeah? And then one more time, breathe it up. Left side. And your abs are active here because you're not collapsing in your lower back, right? You're keeping yourself upright. And breathe it up. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe it in. And exhale. And breathe it in. This time, root down through your feet. You're going to come down. You may hold on to your thighs. You may let your head go. You may only stay here. This may feel good to you. Can you get longer through the spine? And try to find the belly towards the earth. And wherever you are, stay there. Maybe your hands can come to the floor. This is for my more advanced people who are working with something that, you know, the chair is more convenient. It's a support system, but they have the flexibility, right? This may not be for everyone. You could also use blocks if you had them. I should have brought them with me. Root down to the feet as you roll up. Super slowly. And again, if that's like, whoa, that's too much for me, this is always available for you. Yeah? Beautiful. And then the last bit, we're going to take our chair. And if you are not able to do this with your hands, you can have a strap, a band, even a scarf or a towel, and you're going to wrap it around your shin. And we're not going to round our shoulders, but we're going to lift through and flex through our feet. You're rooting down through that left foot, and you're going to circle. So if this is like, oh, I can't pull my knee all the way up towards my chest. Can you hold it? Can you hold it under the thigh, let it hang, and open through your chest? Yeah? Or can you take that strap on or that towel underneath and pull in that sense? Yeah? So you can, I actually have a tiny towel here. You can take it to your own, I'm just gonna show you on the other side. This is where you wanna be, right? You don't wanna be here, you wanna be here. You could be here, right? And then you're going to circle that ankle around as you root down through the left side. Mind your spine. Keep the shoulders down, spine long, belly engaged. And then rotate it. And then breathe that foot straight out. You're still holding it with your hands or a towel or a strap. It may not get straight. It may have to keep a slight bend. That's okay, right? You may have to be down here too. It's really whatever keeps your hips leveled and grounded into the chair. And then slowly bend it in. And bend it out. And bend it in. And who knows, you may start down here for a while. And then after a few weeks, you might find yourself here, and then you may find yourself here. It really just depends on what you're doing in your practice, how often, and are you allowing those areas to heal that need to heal? Are you bringing breath and energy into the pose? So when I say energy, as we hold it out, and again, you can have a slight bend, that's okay. You're gonna point your toes and then flex the toes and try to spread them out. My ballerina toes like to fight me on this a lot, and I had surgery on this foot. So that's as much as I could spread, right? But I'm pushing through the ball of my foot, right? If you think of those Barbie toes. And then pull it back in. Cross the ankle over the thigh. Now please know, you may only do one part of that, and that's okay. These are things that you can work up to doing, and I just want to offer them to you because so much is available on the chair. And even if you're just at your chair working all day and you just need a few moves and a few exercises, a few mindfulness exercises, learning where your abs are again, your spine, these are great. So the ankle is right over the thigh, not on top of the knee, but it's over the kneecap. And you're going to press that right foot flat, like flex it. And then you're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna press that inner thigh outward. So you're just basically pressing the inner thigh towards the out. So you're wrapping it around. And And this may be great. You may stay right here. You may need to hold on to the chair. It really is up to you again. Can you lean forward? Now this may be like, wow, that is super tight. You're gonna feel a stretch through that outer glute, through the hamstring. And as you move forward, you wanna really keep thinking of moving that outer thigh down, yeah? And so from here, you may stay here. You may float over your thigh, let your head go. Wherever you need to be. If you can, use your hands. You can get deeper from that way by holding on. And where you are is where you're supposed to be today, right? You may not be able to get your belly to your thigh. You may never have been able to in your mind. But where are you going to put that love for your body and that energy forward? As you put this love and healing therapy in for yourself. And slowly roll up. And then gently, you could take that towel again, or take your hand around the shin, squeeze it up, and if you need to hold on, hold on. If you can reach it up and lift through your belly and hold it here, maybe you even reach and pull the towel to engage more, great, and then gently, float it down and bend it out and shake it out, yeah. So know that you are where you're supposed to be, and that you don't have, no one's watching you right now. This is your practice, and you don't have to prove anything to anybody. All you have to prove is that you care for yourself, right? That you want to take care of yourself. So we're going to bring our hands either around that left shin as we root down. See, my foot's not like hanging out here. I'm super engaged on that right side because I need that right side to balance me out and to support me here. And again, I can take my towel and I can pull it in. And I'm not rounding through the spine, I'm lengthening, lifting to the crown of my head. And I'm gonna send it out, and I'm gonna send it in. Again, you may be lower, right? You need to be where your hip flexors are happy. If your hip flexor is screaming and your hip flexor is this piece, this little nook right in here, if it's screaming at you as you go higher, go where it's like, oh, okay, I can engage my abdominal muscles and my lung muscles here and really feel it without being in pain, yeah? And so bend it in. I know I'm stopping and talking. I don't need for you to stop. You can just keep moving through. And bend it in. And then stretch it out. Lift through the sit bones. Lift up through the crown of your head. Engage the abs. Point the toe and flex. And now point, scrunch the toes together and fly through the toes. Spread them apart. Flex them. And then gently pull it in. Take the ankle if that's available to you. Again, one side might be more funkier than the other or more juicier than the other. I sometimes like to also just lift up a little bit and then readjust. I'm going to take my hand on my foot and press that outer thigh down without forcing anything, right? We could all be here. We don't want to be there. Yeah, breathe it in and breathe it out. And even before you start moving, can you just find your breath in this pose? And can you allow that exhale to release that hip or that sit bone, that glute? And then when you're ready, you can get longer through the torso, through the crown of the head, moving the heart forward and out as you draw the belly towards the thighs. Again, you may stay here. You may have to hold on to the chair. Be where you are. And with every breath, that you take in get longer through the spine, and every exhale, maybe energetically or maybe physically, you can get deeper. What do you need to let go of? Is it something within your head, your mind, your thoughts? Or is it a release that you tend to clench onto physically? Let it go. And then slowly begin to roll yourself up. And gently you can take that thigh again underneath you with or without the towel. Stretch straight out. Release the hips again. Lift from the belly. If you can, you're going to reach it up. If not, you're going to stay here or here. Try to hold the leg up wherever you are, right? You may need your hands down here, but can you hold the leg even if it's straight out here? Hold it up. Ooh, and slowly lower it down. Hugging the muscles to the bones and now releasing them. Beautiful. Really nice. Find your seat again. We're going to take our hands towards the back of the chair. And I want you to press your hands into the back of the chair and lift your chest. I want you to allow your lower back. You may even have to go lower. I want you to let your lower back lengthen. I'm going to show you from the side just because it's easier for you to see what I'm talking about, right? So as you press, I don't want to see this happen in the back, right? I want you to keep that lower back really neutral. Right? So we're really lifting this way. We're not arching our sit bones. Our tailbone is anchoring us. And as we press our hands back, our chest opens. So if you have the back of the chair, it kind of is almost like a wall that allows you to lift your heart this way. So as you push into the wall, can you lengthen through your spine and lift through your chest? Do you see the difference, right? So if I'm here and I'm just arching my spine, this all splays out. If I press in and I lengthen down and I open through the chest, oh, breathe it in and breathe it out. If that's too much for you, stay here just like we started, right? You can bring your hands even to the small of your back. I'm going to turn around again. Another option, right? Bring it to the small of your back so you can remember to keep that tailbone down. Breathe your back into the hands and your hands into the back, and then lift through the chest. And if it hurts to throw your head back, by all means, just work on the heart opener. You can keep your neck completely neutral. You don't have to throw the neck back. Most of us, I want to say like after, you're going to laugh at me, some of you are going to laugh at me, but I want to say like after 35, doesn't feel good to throw that head back as much anymore, right? So it's not, it's just life. So and doing yoga is going to help us, but too much throwing back is not good for you, right? So you want to do it safely, and you want to feel that chest open. And you've been up here for a long time. Oof, come out of it. Let your head just drop towards your heart. Heart openers are like caffeine shots, and they can make you a little shaky internally. Like, what was that, right? It's called heart opener, right? It's really getting the most out of that expansion of your chest, right? And it's so healthy from an emotional side and from a physical side, as long as you're doing it safely. Now is our favorite part. So you guys were awesome. And I really want to bow to you for taking the time for yourself today and trying something maybe new, for the first time. And these are baby steps, right? If you enjoy this, we'll make more of them, right? So we're going to take our version of Shavasana, and we're going to come back into the chair. Okay. And this time, instead of slouching into your chair, right, you can lean back so if you have a higher back, the chair can support you, right? Or you can just lean into the chair. And if you don't have anything for your head, just let your chin rest. Let your arms either rest down by the sides. You can extend the legs out a little bit, right? Notice if your belly's pooching out, right? Can you kind of, I don't want you to engage it really, but I want you to find this relaxed state where you're not working, right? So really kind of like let the front of the body sink towards the back of the body, right? And let the heart sink towards the back of the body. And you can stay with your hands on your chest. I don't want it to be too slouchy. Every chair is different. You may just kind of lean into the back of the chair, and that might be where you are. I still like the feet to kind of be rooted down, but they can be softer, right? They can, you can let the inner thighs let go a little bit. And again, your hands can be on your thighs. They can be hanging down towards the earth. Close your eyes wherever you are. Find that breath again. Take a deep breath down through the belly, down through your toes as it travels up through the wheels of energy, our chakras, or whatever you want to envision them as, your organs, up through the crown of your head, and let's exhale out through the mouth. And do that 2 more times. Breathe it in. Exhale. Let the jaw go, let the tongue release. And one more time. Keeping the jaw soft. Make sure your sit bones are unclenched. Your thighs are not grabbing. Your toes are not curled. Your shoulders are heavy, moving down towards the earth. The brows are soft. Imagine this white light glowing from the crown of your head, surrounding the body, almost like a pillow or a mattress or a hammock. It's holding the body with its light, with its softness. And as it travels down towards that third eye, the point between your brows, it gently turns a bluish purple color. As it travels down your throat, turns to a blue, soft blue. As it travels down through your heart, turns to a soft green. As it travels down through your navel, it turns to a soft yellow. As it travels down through your hips, it turns a soft orange, allowing it to travel down through the tailbone and out through the toes, turning to a ruby red, earthy red. Allow the next breath to come in deeply. Exhale it out with a sigh. Breathe it in fully, wiggling the fingers and the toes, slowly moving the head from side to side. If it was looking in different directions. And exhale it out. And then gently bring your hands to the chair to push yourself up into that upright seat. bringing your hands to the center of the heart. And if oming is too radical or out there for you, I respect that. I get that. I'm thinking of my father right now. But you could make any sound that feels like home, that feels like you're connected with, because that's what Om is. It's just a vibrational sound of the universe. So taking a breath in. The light in me bows to light in all of you. Open hearts, open minds, and community. Feeling blessed. Thank you so much. Namaste. Peace.